Have you ever wondered what is the simplest and easiest path to liberation from the endless cycle of life and death? That is, salvation. This is the eternal question in search of whose answer even Pavanputra Hanuman himself reached the feet of Lord Sri Ram. Imagine that extraordinary scene of that time. In the grand assembly of Ayodhya, situated on the banks of the Sarayu, Lord Sri Ram is seated, illuminated by compassion and divine radiance. Before them stands Hanumanji, the embodiment of humility and devotion. In his eyes, there is neither an ordinary desire nor a hurried plea, only a pure curiosity and an intense longing for self realization. With deep emotion, he requests, O Lord, you alone are the supreme Brahman, the supreme soul, the embodiment of truth, consciousness, and bliss. I wish to attain liberation from this cycle of birth and death, from this ocean of worldly existence. Kindly show me the path that is the simplest, the easiest, a path that even an ordinary mind can understand, and through which one can attain that supreme state which yogis and sages achieve after thousands of years of practice. Hanumanji's question was not merely his personal one, it was a call raised on behalf of all humanity, the call of every seeker who is in search of the meaning of life and self knowledge. Then, the ocean of compassion, Lord Sri Ram revealed to him that supreme secret which is the most direct and infallible path to liberation. This knowledge is neither the result of arduous penance, countless rituals, nor complex ceremonies. It is simply the fruit of understanding the essence of the scripture that reveals the subtle truth within. This rare dialogue is beautifully described in the Mukti Upanishad. Lord Sri Ram said, O Hanumanji, the essence of the Vedas is contained in the Upanishads. If the essence of all 108 Upanishads is embodied in a single text that alone is sufficient to grant liberation, it is the Mandukya Upanishad. Hearing this proclamation, it was as if the entire Ayodhya fell silent for a moment. Where there was an immense ocean of knowledge, the Lord accepted a very short Upanishad consisting of only 12 mantras as the means to liberation. The question arises, what is so profound in these 12 mantras? How does this Upanishad lead consciousness to the highest peak and enable a person to experience their true Brahman nature? This is the mystery we are about to unveil. The path to liberation is neither complicated nor difficult. What is needed is the right vision, true faith, and continuous practice with a witness attitude. Within this simplicity lies deep classical subtlety, understanding which the mind becomes steady and the light of the soul naturally reveals itself. Introduction to the Mandukya Upanishad. It is essential to understand why Lord Sri Ram emphasized the Mandukya Upanishad. The Mukti Upanishad clarifies that the Vedas are infinite and their branches are infinite. However, 108 Upanishads are considered principal for liberation. When Hanumanji raises the question that if studying all of these is not possible, then how is liberation attainable? Lord Sri Ram mentions 10 principal Upanishads: Isha, Kena, Kata, Prajna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Turiya, Aitareya, Chandogya, and Brihadaranyaka, whose study provides a meaningful path. But when Hanumanji again asks that if even studying these 10 is not possible, then what is the solution? Lord Sri Ram compassionately replies, O best of monkeys, if the essence of all knowledge is desired in one place, then studying only the Mandukya Upanishad is sufficient for liberation. This discourse is a confluence of spiritual insight and wisdom. The Mandukya Upanishad points directly to the fundamental element, that is the basis of creation, existence, and God, without getting entangled in any story, ritual, or worship method. It presents the essence of Advaita Vedanta. I am Atma Brahma, meaning this self is Brahman. The Mandukya Upanishad is associated with the Atharva Veda and is possibly named after the sage Manduka. Its significance lies in the fact that it analyzes consciousness in a highly logical and systematic manner. If we understand the states of our consciousness, waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and Turiya, then we will also be able to know that supreme truth, which the Vedas call Brahman. The Upanishads do not direct us to seek outside, they show the path of the inner journey. Now we move towards the fundamental symbol that is the center of the entire Upanishad, the sacred syllable Om, the mystery of Om, the fundamental basis of the universe. The opening sentence of the Mandukya Upanishad proclaims Om ityata daksharam idam sarvam, which means that Om, this imperishable syllable, is everything. Whatever was in the past, whatever is in the present, and whatever will be in the future, all is Omkara. And that which is beyond these three times the eternal timeless principle is also Om. Often we consider Om as a sacred sound or mantra that is chanted during worship or meditation. But the Upanishad reveals that Om is not just a sound, it is the entire existence itself. This is the fundamental vibration, the primal energy wave from which the entire universe manifested. The sages experienced this thousands of years ago as Nada Brahman or Shabda Brahman, sound Brahman. They realized that this universe is an ocean of energy and vibrations, and the primal sound of that ocean is Om. The Mandukya Upanishad reveals the secret of Om and explains that it is not only a map of the universe, but also a map of our own consciousness. Om consists of three syllables or sounds A, U, and M, followed by a silence called amatra, meaning the state without measure. According to the Upanishad, these three sounds symbolize the three primary states of our consciousness that we experience daily. Beyond them lies the priceless silence, which is our true state and the gateway to liberation. If you wish to embrace this knowledge imparted by Lord Sri Ram in your heart and pay homage to that supreme power, express your devotion by writing Jai Sri Ram in the comments. Your energy will inspire us even more. This knowledge is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a deep and powerful process of self realization. The path to liberation shown in the Mandukya Upanishad and by Lord Sri Ram is based on this, the sequential expansion of the four states of consciousness. The upcoming parables, narrative metaphors, and simple examples from life will make this knowledge not only understandable, but also experiential. The first stage of consciousness, waking, that is Vaishvanara. The first state of consciousness is called the waking state. In common language, it is referred to as the state of awareness. The Mandukya Upanishad associates this state with the first measure of Omkara, Akar. Akar is the sound from which all speech sounds originate. No word can be formed without it. Similarly, the waking state is the starting point of all our experiences. In this state, consciousness is outward facing, and our five senses gather information from the external world. We see, hear, and experience this physical world. The soul of this state is called Vaishvanara, which means the active consciousness in all humans. This is the common ground on which we perform our daily life activities. Often we consider this very state as real life and think that the world, people, and relationships are always solid and true. But the Upanishads reveal a profound truth. This state, which we have mistaken for reality, is only 1/4 of the truth, just one footstep. It is as real as a mirage seen in the desert. It appears to be water, but is not real. Similarly, this world also appears to be true, but is not the ultimate truth. In the waking state, we are deeply immersed in the body and social identity, and the ego is strongest in this state. We seek happiness in objects and relationships and suffer from the fear of losing them. This ongoing raise and stress are the natural nature of this state. The Rishi is not saying that this state is futile. It is necessary for experience and the discharge of karma. However, the seeker of liberation understands that this is not the ultimate truth and learns to become the witness of this state. Realizing that the waking state is not the complete truth, but only a part of the truth, is in itself a great spiritual leap. With this understanding, a person gradually begins to become the master within and maintains peace even in the actions of life. The second state of consciousness, dream, that is Taijasa. The second state is dream, which the Upanishads associate with the second syllable of Om, Ukar. The sound Ukar comes between Akar and Makar and represents a kind of elevation. The dream state is a link between waking and deep sleep. When we sleep, our contact with the outside world is cut off and the senses get rest. But consciousness does not end, it turns inward, becoming introverted. Our mind creates a new world from the day's experiences, desires, and memories. The soul of this state is called Tejas, which means radiant, because this world is illuminated by the mind's own light. Even in dreams, we experience happiness, sorrow, fear, and joy. As long as we are dreaming, that world seems completely real to us. The Upanishads indicate this. Just as upon waking the dream world is proven false, is it not possible that upon awakening to some higher state, this waking world too may appear like a dream? The state of dreaming shows us how powerful our mind is. It can create an entire universe without any external tools. It also shows that what we call the self is changeable. The I, who was a doctor in the waking state, can become an emperor or a beggar in the dream. So then, what is the true nature? The person who learns to become the witness of their dreams gradually also becomes the witness of the waking state. Dreams take us deeper to that state where the mind is calm and the sense of witnessing develops. If you are with us on this spiritual journey, share your experience by writing Aham Brahmasmi. The third state of consciousness, Sushupti, that is deep sleep. The third and most mysterious state of consciousness is called Sushupti, that is deep, dreamless sleep. The Mandukya Upanishad associates this state with the third measure of Om, the Makara. The Makara sound contains both the Akar and Ukar sounds, and it is considered a symbol of closure or completeness. Sushupti is the state where the external world of the waking state and the internal world of dreams both merge. In this state, there is neither desire, nor resolve, nor dreams. The mind relinquishes all its restlessness and becomes steady in complete peace, and the ego almost disappears. The soul of this state is called Prajna, which means to be endowed with special knowledge. It may be surprising to hear that where in deep sleep we know nothing, we are called omniscient. The reason is that in this state, consciousness is not scattered but becomes unified and condensed. It remains beyond the distinctions of knower, known, and knowledge. And even without experiencing bliss, it itself remains in the form of bliss. Upon waking in the morning, we say, I had very deep sleep today. It was very pleasurable. Who brings this memory? If consciousness was zero at that time, then who knows that I was asleep and I experienced pleasure? This very experience is the irrefutable proof that even in deep sleep, there is someone who remains eternally present as the witness. Deep sleep teaches us that true bliss is not in objects or thoughts, but in their absence. However, deep sleep itself is not liberation, it is a temporary state. There is bliss in it, but not the light of self-knowledge. It remains covered by the subtle veil of ignorance, and we return from it to the sufferings of the waking state. It gives a glimpse of liberation, but does not grant liberation. It is the door to that supreme state, but not the destination. It prepares us for that final leap which is beyond these three states of consciousness, and that state is Turiya. Pausing here, the seeker understands that merely experiencing peace is not enough. One must make that peace permanent. The fourth state of consciousness, Turiya, that is the supreme truth. Now we reach the pinnacle of the Mandukya Upanishad, that supreme secret which Lord Sri Ram called the essence of liberation. This is the fourth state of consciousness, Turiya. The literal meaning of Turiya is fourth. It is the immeasurable that transcends the three syllables of Omkar, Akar, Ukar, and Makar, that is soundless, void, and infinite silence. In reality, Turiya is not a state, but the eternal background, in which the clouds of waking, dreaming, and deep sleep come and go. The Upanishad describes Turiya by the method of neti neti, meaning it is neither this nor that. The Upanishad says that the consciousness of Turiya is neither outward facing, as in the waking state, nor inward facing, as in the dream state, nor is it the concentrated mass of cognition. As in deep sleep, Turiya cannot be seen, nor can it be grasped, nor can it be thought about. It is only the essence of the unified conviction. That is the pure and undivided experience of one's being, the unity of the self. This state is peaceful, benevolent, and non dual. The Upanishad proclaims Sa Atma, Savijñaya, meaning that alone is the self, and that alone should be known. It is impossible to understand Turiya with the intellect because the intellect itself is a product of waking and dreaming. Turiya can only be experienced. It is the state in which a person remains in supreme peace, like deep sleep, even while awake. He performs all the actions of the world but remains a complete witness from within. This state is known as Samadhi, Nirvana, Kaivalya, or Moksha. Here, the distinction between I and Brahman disappears, and the person directly realizes that he is not the body, mind, or intellect. He is pure, eternal, conscious, and liberated awareness that observes all these. This is the knowledge for which the Mandukya Upanishad is considered sufficient for liberation. Once you realize who you truly are, all fear, sorrow, and bondage automatically come to an end. If this teaching touches your heart, express your agreement by writing Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Today we embarked on the journey of that supreme knowledge, which Lord Sri Ram described as the simplest and easiest path to liberation. We learned why the Mandukya Upanishad, with its 12 mantras, is considered the essence of the scriptures in the tradition of the Muktika Upanishad. Through the symbol of Omkar, we understood the four depths of our consciousness: Jagrat Vaishvanara, in which consciousness is outward facing and experiences the physical world; Swapna Taijasa, in which consciousness turns inward and creates a mental world; Sushupti Pragya, in which the mind is calm and we experience unified bliss; and finally, Turiya, which is beyond these three, our true, pure, peaceful, and eternally liberated self nature. The message of the Mandukya Upanishad is clear and direct. Liberation is not somewhere outside, but resides within you. It is your natural state. You do not need to become anything. You only need to know what you are. This knowledge does not come from reading or listening alone, but descends into experience through the practice of meditation and self reflection. When we learn to witness our three states, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, we gradually begin to reside in the Turiya state. This path is simple because it requires not doing, but letting go. Letting go of the false ego, limited identity, and the illusion that we are incomplete and have something yet to attain. You are already complete, free. You are Brahman itself. You only need to awaken to this truth. As simple as this fact seems, it is equally profound, and this is the essence of spiritual practice. We hope that this discourse has been informative and inspiring for you. If this divine knowledge has touched your heart, please like and share this presentation and reach out to your friends and family so that this eternal knowledge can reach even more people. Don't forget to subscribe to our knowledge platform so that you can be a part of such spiritual journeys in the future as well.